start also acknowledging that we are on Waiwatakapunga land and say thank you so much, Greg. And that was a very special welcome country, and Ingrid. Always, Ingrid and I do see each other a lot. I have to say sometimes I think I see Ingrid more than I see my mum. That's a nice thing. It's nothing and it's always really nice to be welcomed, and that was a very special one. So my name's Brad Pettit. I'm the Mayor here at the City of Fremantle, and it is a real pleasure to welcome each of you here to the 49th Annual Australasian Society for Intellectual Disability Conference. I want to start by being told we have a number of very special guests here today, some who have come all the way from the UK. So I want to put out a special thank you to Professor Richard Hastings, Professor Michael Kerr and Professor Glynis Murphy for making a very long journey, and we're very grateful to have you with us here today as part of our keynote speakers panel. And I'm also told that we're very lucky to have two surprise guests all the way from Vancouver, Canada. So it's going to be a very international conference. Both the councillors and presenters from the Broadreach Centre and have more than 30 years' experience ensuring that people with disabilities are given their rightful space, rightful place in schools, workplaces and communities. And they have also graciously agreed to speak at today's roundtable. So welcome to Norman Kunk and Emma Vandercliff. So really great to have you both with us. And then of course also we have the Honourable Helen Morton, the Minister for Disability and Mental Health. Lovely to have you here in Fremantle with us, Helen. Along with Ron Chalmers, the Director General of the Disability Service Commission, and Angus Buchanan, the President of ACED Australasia. So it's really great to have you all here, and I want to put a special welcome to each of you, and of course to all of you, the participants. Very nice to have you here in Fremantle. It's certainly a place which I hope you don't just get to sit inside of the Esplanade Hotel, as nice as it is, but you actually also get to get out and explore a little bit of Fremantle as well. As I was contemplating coming here this morning, last night, I was thinking about, in many ways, the history. One of the things I love about Fremantle is it does have that great sense of history, and I was thinking about one of our most historic and important buildings, which is the Fremantle Arts Centre, which is slightly out of town, but certainly worth a visit if you can get there. And of course, a place like the Arts Centre actually was formerly known as the Lunatic Asylum, which of course held people with mental illnesses, held people, often just women who dared to speak out, but also people with intellectual disabilities. And the way that, and that very sad history of that place, which is now, of course, is a very beautiful art centre, just made me reflect, at least in some ways, how far we've come, but also the importance that the role of government, in many ways, especially local government, which has a very strong and close connection to communities, has in that evolution in how we can actually start to make ourselves a society that is more inclusive for everybody. ACED's vision clearly articulates that a good society, of course, is an inclusive society. And as I was going through the presentations from last year's conference in Sydney, and the ongoing social exclusion of people with intellectual disabilities from the life of the wider community is without a doubt one of those great social challenges that I think we're part way along the journey, but there is certainly a long way to go. Australia needs to move beyond just ensuring people with intellectual disabilities can venture out in the community. It's certainly gone beyond our lunatic asylums and our process of where we institutionalise people, but actually as we go towards a much fuller participation. And I was thinking about the role of local government in that, and I'll be up front with you. I think this is a journey that Fremantle is still on. We've certainly, I think, been doing a lot in the space around physical disabilities, and certainly things around like making we just spent several $1 million upgrading our swimming pool so people with physical disabilities have access ramps and chairs and those kinds of things, which of course. But in terms of how we are showing leadership on the area of intellectual disability, I'll be up front with you. I think that we've got a long way to go, and it's actually really good for me to be able to engage with some of those papers from last year and realise that there are some really fantastic things that we can do. And as I was going through those, it made me think about the role what government can play, from education programs that change attitudes and decrease discrimination, to proactive policies that ensure people with intellectual disabilities actually have a say and actually are part of our planning processes and our community engagement. but also just making great places where people, where community, there can be those encounters and people can come together. It reminds me of the papers by Elaine Weasel and Christine Digby from last year's conference, which is called Encounter in the Public Realm, being recognised, becoming known, and forming relationships. And that resonated with me, because that idea of actually encounter being a really important part of social inclusion, just the opportunity to become known and form new relationships in our community. And I think that, for me as a mayor, who spent a lot of time around planning and designing city centres, had a particular resonance. The work that ACID and each of you do is at the heart of what I think makes a good, fair and inclusive society. And thank you for your contribution to this. The aim of this conference is to celebrate the commitment of those contributing to supporting those with disabilities and to provide information about the latest research and advancements in this area. And judging from the program in front of you, I think you'll have a lot of that and much more. I wish you great success as you further ACID missions to improve the quality of life for people with intellectual disability and bring research to practice. Thank you.